Hey everyone, me again. In today's video I'm going to be trying out a few things from Profusion Cosmetics. So I picked up most of the things here from their website on Black Friday when they were having 20% off. Obviously because I've bought these products myself with my own money, they're not PR samples, I don't have like every single thing from Profusion right in front of me. I just picked up a few things that I was really interested in trying out. So I'm just going to dive straight into this video, and the first thing I want to do is just add a bit of definition to my face. So as you can see, I've already done my eyebrows and I've done my base as well. And when I say base, I just mean foundation, concealer and setting powder. I haven't put contour on or anything like that, which is why I'm looking a bit like a pancake. So I want to fix that. And I've got a couple of different options. So the first one is this Pro Face Kit. You can see it opens out like this, and you've just got a little bit of everything in here. So you've got blushes, you've got some eyeshadows as well. There's even some brow products right here at the top. I personally don't like brow powder, which is why I've already filled mine in off camera, but if you do like that, this could be a really nice travel set. But I do have something else as well that I could try. So I picked up this Glam Face Palette. It opens up like this, and you've got the mirror in here, and then you can see you've just got, oh, there goes the brush. So you can see you've got the eyeshadows here, and then 2 eyebrow powders, and then a highlighter and a blush. So I think I'm going to use the larger palette, and I'm going to start out just using the eyebrow shades here in the middle, and I'm going to try and contour with that, and if it looks too ashy I can always use one of the bronzers on the side to warm it up a bit. And just to make things more interesting, I think I'm going to use the brush that actually comes in the set as well. So the shades are quite powdery. You can see there's quite a bit of excess coming off. That's not the end of the world though. This brush is really nice for contour. It's a really slim kind of shape, but it's still fluffy enough to kind of blend everything out. Yeah, on my screen on my camera this is looking really good. In the mirror in front of me it's also looking fine as well. I'm just going to add a little bit to my forehead because I have the longest forehead in the galaxy, and I'm also going to put a little bit just under my jaw as well. So I really like how that looks. I might come back when the rest of my makeup is done and just decide if I need to add a bit of bronzer as well, but right now I feel like just a contour is fine. I do want to add a bit of highlighter though, and for that I have 2 options. So the first one is in here. We've got this shade right here. I really hope you're going to be able to see this, but this looks quite pink, maybe a little bit dark for me actually, but if I use it sparingly I think I can get away with that. There's also the Glam Face Palette as well. There's a colour right here, and this one looks a little bit more champagne tone, maybe with a bit of peach or apricot. So yeah, I think I'm going to use the one from the Glam Face Palette. Oh wow, that's actually looking really glittery. Like the more I build it up, the more glittery it gets. I do have a few blush options as well, but I'm going to skim over that just for the time being because I want to do the eyes and the lips first and then pick a blush that will kind of coordinate with them from there. So for the eyes, I really want to use this Mixed Metal Eye set. This is in Rose Gold. You can see it's got a glittery pigment and it's got 2 liquid shadows and an eyeliner pen as well. This was £10. I got this in the Boots 3 for 2. All the Christmas presents are on 3 for 2. So I was picking up some stuff for Christmas presents and I threw this in for me, as you do. But yeah, I really want to go in with one of these all over the lid, and I do want to use that eyeliner as well. So I'm just going to swatch them now. This is the Rose Gold colour, which is very, very pretty. And this is the colour Sienna. So hopefully you can kind of see these on camera. So Rose Gold looks a little bit warmer in person. Very, very pretty. And then Sienna is a nice kind of mauve colour, but it's got like blue and green kind of glitter particles to it. I think to help me decide, I'm going to open my lip kit and swatch that as well, just so I can see which one kind of goes with the lip shade the most. So I've got this lip kit here, and this is in Secret, and you can see the shades are quite mauve toned, and I've also got this glitter topper as well. This is the liquid lipstick. This just says Secret Topper on the bottle, so I don't know if that's the shade name or that's just what they call it, but it's just this really nice glitter lip gloss to go on top. And this is very, very pink and sparkly. I think the Sienna one is going to be the winner. So I'm going to start out by taking the eye brush that came in the Glam Eyes tin, and I'm just going to dip it into this pale setting powder here, which has quite a lot of kickback, so I'm definitely going to tap that off. And I'm just going to just go over my lid with this, just to brighten up this whole area a bit. Then I'm going to go in the Glam Eyes palette with the brush that came from the Pro Face palette. And I'm just going to dip it into the shade Fling, which is a nice, very, very cool toned mauvey taupe colour. Just tapping that off as well. This is a little bit bigger than the brushes I would normally use for my crease, but I quite like it. It just sort of blends everything out in one go. You don't really have to put a huge amount of effort into it. It's maybe a little bit harder to control this brush, but I think beginners would really like it. And the shade that I'm using, Fling, is really pretty. I'm just going to go into that same shade again with the brush that I normally use for my crease, which is the base shadow brush from Real Techniques. And I'm just going to use this to get a slightly more precise application. I feel like this shadow does need a bit of building up, but again, I think that's going to be really good for beginners. Just looking at the Profusion website, I feel like they're kind of marketing themselves at beginners, so I can see how all the formulas and all the brushes in their sets are designed for them. All the shades in this palette seem to be quite warm toned, so I don't know what else I'm going to wear with this particular look. I think the only other cool-ish colour is this brown right here called Bold, so I'm just going to use that to deepen up the crease, and hopefully it's not too warm. This is a domed shadow brush. It's really good for either concealer or just stamping colour onto the crease and then smoothing it out. So far the eyeshadows seem absolutely fine. They're maybe not the most pigmented shades I've ever tried, but they blend out really, really easily and you can build them if you do want a bit more colour. Next I'm going to go all over the lid with their liquid eyeshadow in Sienna. And first I'll just try using the applicator itself and see how that goes. But I might switch to a brush in just a moment if I want something more precise. Yeah, I think I do need a brush just to tidy up the edges. This is a concealer brush from Real Techniques. I think it's called the Detail brush. The name's kind of rubbed off because I've had this for so long. I'm noticing that as I blend it out, it can look a bit patchy if I'm not careful, so just keep an eye on it. But the colour itself is absolutely stunning. I'm in love with it. I'm just going to try building it up a bit on this eye, see how that goes. Yeah, definitely pat the liquid eyeshadow, don't kind of swipe it, because that's when I'm getting the kind of patchy areas and just the gaps. I really, really love this colour on my eyelid, and obviously because I've done the eyes first, we can kind of keep an eye on it as I do the rest of my makeup and just see if it starts to crack or anything. But for the time being, I'm just going to go over the top of it with some of the metallic eye pigment. So on the box it says that you can actually put this either just in the middle of your eyelid or over the whole eyelid, just to make the shadow pop a bit. So I think I'll start off just putting this on the centre of my lid. Just going to tip a little bit into the lid. Doesn't really come out that easily, you're going to be here for a while, guys. I'm just applying that with the same concealer brush that I was using earlier. I'm just going to start out by dabbing it in the centre. It doesn't do like a huge amount, but it does kind of make the eye look a little bit brighter. I think you could probably get away with skipping that step if I'm honest, but I am going to do the same on my other eye. I feel like it might just help set the liquid eyeshadow and just stop it moving around too much as well, which is always a good thing. Okay, so things did get a little bit patchy on my left eye, but I managed to clean it up easily enough just by going over it with the liquid eyeshadow again, and it layered absolutely fine. It didn't make a fuss or anything, and I think my eyes are mostly done now, but I just want to finish them off before I put my liquid eyeliner on. So I'm just going to take that same matte pink shade called Fling, and I'm just going to put that underneath my eyes. And I feel like because I put so much focus on that liquid eyeshadow, I didn't really get to try many shadows from this palette. So I'm just going to go in with the light pink called Invent, and I will just pop that in the inner corners. I really like this shade actually. And seeing as I didn't try this highlighter, I'm just going to get a Duo Fiber eye brush and just kind of place that below the brow bone and see if it does anything. I can see a little bit of a sheen, but again, this is very, very subtle. I do like it though. I also got an eyeliner as well in the Mixed Metals liquid eyeshadow set. It looks like quite a decent one. It's got a really thin tip, which I quite like in an eyeliner. I can't do eyeliner on camera though. I'm a terrible YouTuber in that sense. So I'm just going to go over there for a minute and do my eyeliner, add some mascara and some false lashes, and I will be right back. So I kind of screwed up the eyeliner. Please don't judge me. Basically, it was really difficult to get a kind of fine line with this, which is what I need because I've got very hooded eyes and I've got limited lid space. So yeah, I didn't find this ideal for that. I also found that it bled a little bit as well. But do keep in mind that I'm definitely not a makeup artist and I'm not very good at eyeliner at the best of times. So yeah, take that with a pinch of salt. I decided to leave out false eyelashes in the end just so that you could see the shadow and the liquid shadow on the lid a bit better. Plus, to be honest, it took me so long to get the eyeliner right that I really couldn't be arsed. So I'm going to move on to the lips now. I don't normally wear lip liner and liquid lipstick and lip gloss, and now I'm going to be wearing all three. So I'm starting out with the matte lip liner in the shade Secret Nude. This is actually quite a nice colour, I really like it. And then I'm going to go over it with the matte lip cream in the shade Matte Secret. It looks a lot more pink on my lips than it did when I swatched it, but maybe it will kind of set in a couple of minutes. Right now I'm just going to keep my mouth open because I feel like I might make my lips stick together. But I'm just going to go over it now with the sparkling lip topper that came in the pack. This looks like it could be a little bit more blue and violet and hopefully tie it together with the eyes a little bit more. Okay, so my lips don't look dry anymore. That's a good thing. And I do kind of like the effect it gave as well. I'm just going to finish off my face now and I'm going to reach for a bronzer in this palette. And I think I might just mix the two shades here and see how that goes. Okay, so just like the eyeshadows, these bronzers are very, very buildable. So they start out quite sheer and then you kind of decide what look you want. I'm just trying to do like a softer, almost contour, but not quite. Like I'm just adding a bit of shade around the edges of my face. Maybe just a bit on my forehead and down my neck as well. And now it's time to add some blush. So I did actually pick up a dedicated blush palette just because I really like the look of this one. As you can see, it's got two really nice deep blush colours here, and it's also got these three shades which could be more like highlighters on a deeper skin tone. I'm really into deeper blushes at the moment, and I kind of picked this up with that in mind, thinking that I would really like the shades here on my skin tone, but actually they're very, very gold when you swatch them, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to make that work. However, I think I could use them as eyeshadows if I wanted to, or I might give this palette to my friend Natasha. I think this will work a lot better on her skin tone than it does mine. So I think I'm just going to reach for the blush in this palette called Fancy. And this is just an angled face brush from B. I find that angled brushes like these are really nice just for putting blush on and sculpting the face. So this is it. This is the finished makeup look. And yes, my hair does look like it's just exploded. That's just kind of what it does, and I'm trying to embrace it. So there were a few things that I liked and a few things that I didn't from the products I tried out. Most of it I am quite happy with. I really didn't get on with the eyeliner pen. However, it's worth noting that I don't tend to get on with a lot of eyeliner pens. I'm not massively keen on the liquid lipstick, but I feel like that might be just because the colour isn't quite what I had in mind. I do feel like the shade is a little bit bubblegum Barbie pink, which isn't really what I was expecting. I was hoping it would be more of a mauve. I do like the lip topper that came in that same set. I think the colour is really pretty. It is a bit sticky, so I'm definitely going to wear a bit less of this next time I apply it, but I do really like it. I absolutely love the liquid eyeshadow that I got in that little gift set from Boots. I think the shade Sienna is absolutely beautiful. I do think the other shade I swatched from the kit, I think that one was called Rose Gold. I don't think that one was quite as opaque in terms of colour as this one. So that one might be better as just like a top coat over an eyeshadow maybe. But this one I really, really like, and this is probably my favourite product that I tried today. Absolutely love it. The Pro Face palette I actually really enjoyed using, and I feel like this would be a really lovely little present for someone who's just getting started with makeup. I will say it might not be the best selection for someone who's a deeper skin tone, so maybe keep that in mind if you have a different skin tone to me. But apart from that, I do actually really like it. I really love this Glam Face palette, so I actually bought this with the intention of this being a possible travel palette for me, just because it's got all the essentials in there. And again, I can use the eyebrow shades as contour for me. I do think that the eyeshadow selection is a little bit random, because you've got like a cool tone crease shade and then that kind of red-ish colour next to it. That's actually a little bit warmer, so I don't quite know what eye looks they were expecting you to create with this palette. So yeah, all in all, very impressed with what I tried out from Profusion today. I do think that the palettes are really good value if you're just starting out on your makeup journey. I think as well, if you're looking for something to take travelling with you, Profusion have quite a few palettes similar to the one that I've shown in this video that could potentially work very well for you. But yeah, I really like the look that I created today. Maybe it doesn't quite coordinate together as much as I was hoping it would, but it's fine. If you've tried anything from Profusion, let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. I read and reply to all of my comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please validate my existence by subscribing to my YouTube channel. I post every Sunday at 9 AM. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!